This is Kelso Sturgeon. Thank you very much for joining me once again for this week's session of NFL Handicapping 101. We have a lot to talk about, but first let me address the special games that I'm releasing this weekend. I'm going for my fourth straight 100-unit winner on Sunday with my 100-unit NFL upset game of the month. I'll also have my regular 50-unit NFL game of the week. It's a big weekend. As I said, there's a lot at stake. There's a lot on the line. I intend to get the cash. That 100-unit NFL upset game of the month and my 50-unit NFL game of the week are available on this website or toll free at 1-800-755-2255. Buy them individually or save yourself some money and purchase them in a package. Now let's get to the NFL, and it's a serious time of the year. This is the next to last week of the regular season, and while there's some things been settled, most things haven't been. Let me run down what we know for sure about the NFL teams. The New England Patriots have qualified for the playoffs. They're in. The Pittsburgh Steelers have qualified for the playoffs. They're in. The Atlanta Falcons have qualified for the playoffs. They're in. The Chicago Bears are in better shape than anybody. They've qualified and clinched their divisional title. Now, if we were to have the NFL playoffs that lead to the Super Bowl to start tomorrow, these would be the matchups. In the first wild card round, it would be the New York Jets against the Kansas City Chiefs, and they would be facing the New England Patriots. We'd have the Baltimore Ravens and the Indianapolis Colts playing, and the winner of that game would go on to play Pittsburgh. In the NFC, it would be the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles playing, with the winner of that game going on to meet the Atlanta Falcons. Also in the NFC, we'd have the St. Louis Rams and the New Orleans Saints meeting in the first round, and the winner of that game would go on to play the Chicago Bears. Once again, that's if the playoffs were to begin tomorrow. But as you handicap the NFL card this week, let me just review. Here's teams. Now, keep in mind that while teams have the four teams we mentioned have earned their spots in the playoffs, there's still a lot to be determined. Home field advantage is left to be determined, and actually the juggling of opponents is yet to be officially determined. But let me list the teams that need to win this week, seriously need to win. The Philadelphia Eagles host the Minnesota Vikings, and the Eagles seriously need to win. The Jacksonville Jaguars host the Washington Redskins, and Jacksonville seriously needs to win. We can say the same thing for the St. Louis Rams, who host the San Francisco 49ers. The Seattle Seahawks. You know, it's amazing. Seattle and St. Louis are deadlocked at 6-8 in the NFC West, and it's quite the possibility that a losing team from that conference will make the playoffs. The New York Jets are really in a tough spot playing at Chicago. Baltimore needs to win at Cleveland. Indianapolis needs to win at Oakland, and by the way, Indianapolis lost its leading wide receiver, Collie, last week, and they'll be without him. And you know, I think I said before, the decline and fall of the Indianapolis Colts is ever present with us. The New York Giants are at the Green Bay Packers, and the Giants need to win. The Packers, by the way, are mathematically alive for a spot in the playoffs, and Aaron Rodgers will start for them. So as you can see, there's just a lot on the line this week in the NFL. Try to read between the lines and go beyond the data and determine what each game means to each team. Obviously, some games will mean nothing. They match teams that are going nowhere, and these teams tend to play their rookies and the players that they're going to use next year and set some of the starters that they intend to either trade, get rid of, or cut. So this is a pay attention weekend in the NFL. Just remember, I intend to win my 100-unit NFL underdog game of the month and my 50-unit NFL game of the week today. Get them both on this site or toll free at 1-800-755-2255.